Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz on March 18, 2012, 1:15 a.m., Birmingham, Alabama. And today's topic, Doomsday Preppers. How soon? So, the how soon part, I'll tell you in a few minutes. But let me tell you this. You don't plan to fail. The problem is, you fail to plan. And that's what we need to talk about. For now, I'm going to cease Expoz. I don't want to get back out on Al Gore and his global warming or who shot the missile off the California coast. And I don't want to get on all kinds of these different things. But I do want to stay on Israel because they are very much key to what happens to the United States. And I also want to tell you that I'm getting off Bernie Madoff, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Soros, Solyndra, Obama's baby, and Obama, and more. Just leave these alone a while and talk about what's coming. Doomsday Prepper. What should you do? Should you prepare for this? Okay. One of my blogs here a while back, I talked about what if we had an earthquake along the Mississippi River, which is the New Medford Fault. Everything east of the Mississippi, all the way through New York, even up through parts of Canada, would be out of food, supermarket-wise, and gasoline within 72 hours. There wouldn't be a great rush, but there would be enough that everything would be emptied out and people would go in and buy it. They're not going to go crash the doors down and steal it. However, what if something else happened? What if an EMP went off above the United States, 300 miles straight above Tennessee? Well, to start with, you couldn't jump in your car to go anywhere. You couldn't turn on the TV to see what's going on with the news. You couldn't get on your iPhone and call your neighbor. You couldn't find your children. You can't get on your motorcycle and go. Nothing works. Everything is burned out. An EMP, electromagnetic pulse. This will send out a form of a shock that will short out everything that's electronic. However, military, large portions of the military would be okay. They are protected. But you and I, we are not protected. And I think this is where the Doomsday Prepper scenario becomes a real thing. So, things like every time you go to the supermarket, spend 20 more bucks. I mean, if you have kids, 3 or 4, a week on freeze-dried food and soup, canned foods, matches, small campfire things that you use, the little heating fuel, blankets, and get stuff like Advil, Tylenols, maybe aspirin, and try to get yourself some protection within your home. And if you're like, I don't know, 100+ million people in this country, you own a gun, or you own 2. Get you a few more bullets. Get you whatever you think you'll need to take care of your family, because I promise you, if the EMP hits, then just days after the supermarkets have been torn apart, keep in mind, all this was taken. You can't get fuel out of the ground unless you have a hand pump and you can pump it up. Usually you're pulling it 10 feet up, so you got to have a good belt pump to do that. But where are you going to put it in? All you can do is build a fire with it. But I'm going to tell you another thing that everybody is overlooking. Nobody's paying attention to it. And this is your best, by far, the best thing that you can do to know what's going to happen and know what to do. And in fact, I'm not going to tell you the verses, but YouTube, so you know yourself, YouTube Bible / visions of men's and daughters of end days. Bible plainly tells us that the daughters of old men, and that's just paraphrasing, my daughter, for example, already had visions and dreams. Well, look for them. Look for people posting these things because they are telling you the truth. These are words of wisdom that God gave people in dreams that they are supposed to tell you about. Do it. Look it up. See what they're saying. And you will see a whole new enlightenment open up before you and give you a better idea of the things that you need to do. So, the just, meaning the Christians or the saved, will be rained on just like the unjust or the unsaved. So, I am not anywhere protected more against this than you are. So I am preparing. You need to prepare. And just have a plan. If you have a place within your home where you can actually hide a room or build a wall inside of a room in the house and have some space inside of it where you might can hide in there. Because believe me, if this EMP hits and martial law is called, somebody's going to come in your house at some point in time and steal everything they can steal. They don't want your TV. They don't want your telephones. They want two things. They want food and they want guns. Nothing else. And maybe a child. God forbid. But you know, depending too on where you live, if you live in an area where you know that you can take a simple tent and get out a mile or two away from your home in the woods or the forest, that is protection too. Just think of what I told you, and I'm going to come up and I'm listening and I'm watching to every idea that I hear. I write it down or type it down and I have it in my notes. I want to be ready. I'm going to be prepared. But if it hit in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be as off guard as everybody else. But I do know of one thing. I have got a gun and it's loaded. And don't think I won't use it. So you guys get ready. Get ready. And forget about December 31st, 2012, because Christmas will come, and then New Year's will come. That day will come and go. It's nothing. Look for it if you see our president faltering or failing in the polls. If he's way down, wow, something may happen where he will have to call martial law, suspend elections. Why not? And believe me, if that happens, half the world or more will be in the same hole because don't think we're going to shoot back, because we will. But listen to my future blogs. I'm going to do my very best to help you stay prepared for it. Jody Wolf, Expoz.